This is an older Marlin Glenfield Model 10 single shot bolt action 22 rimfire rifle. This is pretty old. This is at least 50 years old. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but it does qualify as a curio and relic for somebody who's got a CNR FFL license. You can buy this and have it directly shipped to you. I want to say this is 1940s, 1950s, something like that. Like I said, it's a single shot bolt action. This rifle is very simple, very fun to shoot, and extremely accurate. Let me see how long this barrel is. Let's see. We're looking at 16, and this is about a 20-inch barrel. Simple dovetail front sight, adjustable leaf rear sight. Has this built-in milled rail for attaching scope rings and a scope, some kind of optic. I've got just the basic, it's either a 3 or 4 power scope. Fixed power, illuminated Barska scope. This kind of scope is something you can buy for about $30-40 at a Big 5 or any kind of sporting goods, or even a Walmart. And it's perfect for something like this, because these guns have more or less no recoil, as much, if not less, recoil than an air gun. Yet this is an actual firearm, shoots a 22 caliber bullet. This is chambered in 22 short, 22 long, as well as 22 long rifle, as you might be able to see right here, as it is engraved or rolled onto the barrel here. It says right here it's a Glenfield Model 10 by the Marlin Firearms Company, New Haven, Connecticut. Caliber 22 S, L, and LR. You can still find 22 shorts readily available for guns just like this. Usually they are the CCI CB shorts that you see at Walmart. People love those for just kind of plinking around. If you got a big enough property and you want a round that can be shot through a 22 rifle like this, or maybe a 22 Cricket, which is a single shot bolt action 22 that you can buy brand new, designed mostly for children. You can shoot them in the backyard without making a lot of noise, without having a suppressor. You can shoot 22 shorts out of a rifle like this with hardly any noise. This is, I would argue, one of the better firearms for wilderness survival. Mainly because if you're going to be out in the wilderness, the accuracy of a bolt action is going to greatly conserve the amount of ammunition you use. And if you're out there in a survival situation, chances are you're not going to have access to a bunch of ammo. Being that it's a single shot, also you're going to learn and you're going to have to make every shot count. And by having a firearm like this to practice with, you will make every shot count. In just the fact that it's going to take some time to reload, a round in the chamber every time. If you take a box of 550 rounds to the range, you will literally shoot as fast as you can and be there all day and not go through it. Every round you gotta eject it, pop one in, load it, and unlike other large caliber bolt actions, racking the bolt back and forth doesn't cock the action. You have to still pull this ring in the back to cock the action, and then release the trigger. There is no safety on it. The safety is just in the trigger. And you can put it around in the chamber and not cock the action, that's safe too. This thing has just the front swivel mount and no rear swivel mount. So basically, that front swivel mount is perfect for a bipod. A gun like this is perfect for the first-time shooter as well. It's a great firearm for kids to learn on once they get to an old enough age that you feel comfortable getting them familiar with firearms. It will teach them all the same virtues that I mentioned earlier. Making every shot count, whereas a Ruger 1022 or any kind of semi-automatic rifle, kids are going to tend to just rapid fire. They're going to just blow through rounds, which, you know, that's fun, but you want to make sure that they understand being a marksman means that you don't just go out and blow things up. There's a reason for firearms besides recreation, and those things, you know, in channels like mine and others like this regarding shit hit the fan and survival and prepping, you know, you gotta know your other purposes for firearms. That being said, this is a very fun gun to go out and shoot just because it is so accurate. This is, I would say, probably right around 1 to 2 MOA depending on the ammo. And I've shot this thing, you know, my friend has the same exact firearm. And in fact, we bought it from the same person who was selling 2 of them. We each got one. And what we'll do is we would actually just sit at the range, and instead of shooting at steel plates or targets, we pick out a patch of weeds and we shoot the stem off of the weeds with just the iron sight. And it shot amazingly well. The other cool thing about this is the fact that it'll take any type of 22, anything but a Magnum, that is, 22 short, 22 long rifle, because it's not semi-automatic, so you don't have to worry about cycling. Anything that'll fit into the chamber that's a 22 rimfire will fire through this. Has a decent trigger. Being that it's very simply constructed, there's not a whole lot you can do, being that it's also kind of a rare firearm that you don't really find aftermarket parts. If you want to do any modifications, you're kind of on your own. You can find this, when you do find this, they made a lot of these back in the day. You can probably find one of these for under $100. And being that it is over 50 years old, with the CNR FFL license, or in a lot of states, I believe you don't need to go through an FFL. So that saves you whatever fees, you know, the $25 FFL fee that you have to pay when you purchase a new, like a 22 Cricket or something like that. So this is very affordable if you can find one. The only thing that may not be as suitable for something like this is that it's got a full-size stock, so the length of pull is going to be pretty long. And we're talking about a 13-inch length of pull here. Whereas a Cricket that's designed as a youth rifle is going to be better for somebody with shorter arms. But, you know, I think this is great because something like this is great for children who can reach the trigger with this length of pull, but it's also fun for adults. Like I said, if you're short on cash and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a firearm, this is an ideal way to go. Inexpensive gun to buy, very fun to shoot and accurate, good for wilderness survival, very inexpensive to shoot because the ammo is very cheap. This is the Marlin Glenfield Model 10 22 rimfire rifle. Thanks for watching.